you, Ms. Scanlon. Mr. Scott, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Cole, I know the Democrats want to focus on immigration and customs enforcement, but this is the whole Department of Homeland Security appropriation. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so I know that there was an unfortunate accident off of Massachusetts. U.S. Coast Guard performed the search and rescue mission. Unfortunately, they did not find any survivors. That was just a couple of days ago. I think a week ago, the U.S. Coast Guard icebreaker had to go help a cruise ship that was stranded in the ice. Is that correct?
I don't know those two incidents.
Okay, well,
but
it is correct.
Pretty normal, I'm sure it is.
It is correct. But my point is this: Department of Homeland Security is much bigger than Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
It's absolutely correct.
I mean, they're forcing a continuing resolution on the United States Coast Guard. I mean, that's what they're doing. It's Customs and Border Protection is bigger than ICE. I mean, we know that Democrats want open borders. That's what they had under the Biden administration. They allowed, you know, millions upon millions upon millions of people into this country illegally. We have no idea who is in this country. But aside from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, you've got Customs and Border Protection, which is Border Patrol. You've got the Transportation Security Administration, who does a tremendous number of things. Most people know them as the ones that run security at the airports. Is that a fair statement?
That's correct.
Okay. I've already mentioned the U.S. Coast Guard. You've got the Secret Service that's also under Department of Homeland Security. You've got what's known as CISA, the Critical, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. You've got FEMA, which is also under Department of Homeland Security. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Citizenship and Immigration, which is not ICE, but does deal with citizenship and immigration. And then you've got the Federal Law Enforcement Training Centers. All of these are under Department of Homeland Security, correct?
Correct.
And when you do the continuing resolution, what does it do to those agencies as well? Does the continuing resolution impact the U.S. Coast Guard?
It certainly does.
I mean, the bottom line is this is a ridiculous demand from the Democratic Party that we have a continuing resolution for the Department of Homeland Security. The only thing this is better than is a shutdown, but we're going to be right back here in 2 weeks. And I'm sorry that 2 people were shot and killed. I really am. I wish it hadn't happened. It's not lost on me that they happen not just in the same state, but the exact same city. And my understanding right now is that ICE is carrying out operations around the country. ICE isn't just operating in Minneapolis, are they, Mr. Cole?
That's correct.
But the difference is in other states, even if they are a Democratic-run state and a Democratic-run city, those mayors and those governors are allowing the local law enforcement agencies to do their job. And in Minneapolis and in Minnesota, my understanding is that those local law enforcement agencies have been given orders not to do their job. And while I'm sorry that the gentleman is deceased, the fact of the matter is he should have been arrested and put in jail when he kicked out the taillight of the vehicle that the officers were in. And the Democrats don't want to talk about that. And so I intend to vote for the legislation, Mr. Cole. I think that those of us who want this country to move forward and our economy to move forward will continue to vote yes. My understanding is, and I think this is actually a good thing, that the Homeland Security bill that passed the House of Representatives actually had de-escalation training for immigration and customs enforcement. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And by doing what the Democrats have done, they have stopped the de-escalation training for immigration and customs enforcement. Is that correct?
Correct.
I think that the de-escalation training is important, and I wish they had not stopped it. I wish that that the de-escalation training was there. I hope it'll be in the next piece of legislation that we have, as it was the last. And with that, Mr. Cole, I just want the American citizens to know that DHS is much bigger than Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and they are able to operate effectively, more effectively in other states because they have not been given orders by a radical mayor and a radical governor. The local law enforcement and state law enforcement have not been given orders by a radical governor and a radical mayor not to help from the standpoint of what local law enforcement is supposed to do. And with that, Mr. Chair, I yield.
Gentleman yields back now. Recognize the gentleman from Colorado, Mr.